we're exploring the Valley Forge National Historic Park. And this is not one of the 63 original national parks or the big national parks, but it is still considered a national park, and it's run by the National Park Service.
Yes. Now, we live just miles from here, and I know we spend some time visiting with the kids and the grandkids, but probably not to the degree that we could have. So today, we're going to do a big exploration of this park.
Over 3,500 acres in this park, and it is a lot of hills, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. So they actually have e-bike rental.
Now, we have our own e-bikes, and you can bring your own, but if you don't have them, just come rent one. And the guy said it's, what, $30 for 2 hours? And you need, to really get around this park, you need
you need something if you want to see the whole thing. Okay. So we're here, and where are the stops that we want to hit?
Okay.
What are the big places?
They're marked, okay? So what you want to do is follow okay, you're going to go up the driveway.
Yep.
At the top of the hill, there's a stop sign.
Right,
Turn
you
right
turn
at the stop sign.
Okay.
And then that will put you in the loop.
Okay.
The loop itself is about 10 miles long.
Okay.
And there are 9 stops throughout the park.
Oh, really?
You can just stop. There will be a parking lot adjacent to each stop. The cream colored areas, those are parking lots.
Great.
And, so what you want to do is follow the signs that say Encampment Tour. And
we're on the first stop of the Encampment Tour. The Encampment Tour is a 10-mile loop around, and you could bike, you could hike, you could walk, you could drive. Any of those things to get yourself around this property.
Now this area right here is called the Mulenburg Fort or encampment, the Mulenburg Encampment. And this is basically the front line. So if you go that way and you look out that way, that's which way Philadelphia was about a 1 day's march in 1777 to get to Philadelphia. And the British actually held Philadelphia, and Washington's men spent the entire winter in 1777, 5 months here at Valley Forge. Now, something that just absolutely amazed me, there was never a shot fired against the British here at Valley Forge. This was only training.
Yes. So, first of all, the fact that they were here during the winter in Philadelphia, having lived in this area, not a good time to be here. So a lot of the men did die from the cold and flu. So I don't like the cold. I can't even imagine that. But yeah, there was no actual battle here. They stayed here, they practiced here, or whatever it is you do when you're getting ready for a war.
Right, and you know, it's just amazing because here, there, as you can see, we're up on a plateau, so they could see for miles out if the British decided to come and get them, but that never happened. So there was never a battle of Valley Forge. Now, as we walk around here, it's hard to imagine that all the soldiers lived in these huts.
There were 2,000 of these. Right now we're looking at 9, but 2,000 of these through here. I can't even imagine.
It really is incredible. Let's go inside and take a look what's inside.
Inside this hut, they have artifacts from when it was actually used. It's really cool. There's 6 bunks, and we're told there would have been 6 bunks on each side, so 12 men living in here. It's actually kind of spacious. I wouldn't want to live in here with that many people, but it's spacious.
It's bigger than the RV inside here.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that both Cindy and you noticed coming in, that the beds are a little bit shorter and the door frames are shorter because I guess in the 1700s, people were just shorter than they are now.
Yes, I'm only 5'4", and I had to duck a little bit. This is General Anthony Wayne, and what's really cool about this is when we lived here in this area, we lived right by Wayne, Pennsylvania.
Yes, it was kind of cool. And General Anthony Wayne is kind of famous for the Minutemen. His brigade was the Minutemen in the colonial army. As I stand here and look at the statue of General Anthony Wayne, he's looking in the direction of Wayne, Pennsylvania. And it brings back a lot of memories because this hill right here is where I used to bring my kids to go sledding in the wintertime. And you can see why, because it's just a great hill.
When you come out to the park, it is 10 miles if you go around, and you could spend the day here. So bringing lunch is a great idea. They do have picnic benches. We decided to just hang out here. Now, if you're in this area, there are places called Wawa. Yes, I just said that. Whenever we travel outside of the area, people laugh at the name. But Wawa is amazing. You could get sandwiches made to order. You could get salads, potato salad, tuna salad. You could get chips and drinks. And it is sort of like a 7-Eleven, but it is cleaner, great coffee. They just have everything you could want, ice cream, candy, everything you could think of, but definitely bring a lunch. This here is Washington's headquarters, and we're told that it was owned by somebody prior to Washington coming in. Now, what I read from the sign said that they actually paid the person who owned the house. So, contrary to popular belief, they didn't just come in and seize the house.
That was really kind of a British practice to just kind of take over and seize the house. But Washington felt very strongly that Americans under this new government should be paid for their services. So he actually paid £100, and about 25 of his key generals and himself and his aides lived and commanded the troops here for that entire 5 months of the winter in 1777. This episode is made possible by the support of RV Life Pro.
RV Life Pro has RV Trip Wizard, and we don't go anywhere without using it.
You know, just this morning, I went on RV Trip Wizard and looked at how long this trip today was going to be. It's a great app, and it's less than $50 a year with the discount code that is in the description below.
There's a lot of artillery here, but the truth is not one shot was fired here.
You know, they always were at the ready though. The British were just about 20 miles away in Philadelphia, and they were ready for them to attack, but that attack never ever came.
And while you could get to Philadelphia from here in 20 minutes, the troops would have had to take a whole day to march there.
A whole day's march to get there. Now, you know, Patti, last summer, we actually were in Washington's National Monument Park, and there were reenactors there with these cannons, and they were going through the process of firing one of these cannons. And it's quite intimate as you watch this video, the steps that they go through to shoot a cannon like this. Valley Forge National Historical Park. So this is not a national park.
Right. There are 63 national parks, and this is not one of those 63.
But it is managed by the U.S. National Park Service.
National Park Service. And that brings me to some facts that may help you navigate the park. First of all, the NPS, National Park Service, has an app. So if you go on your phone, you could download the app, and then you put in any park that you're at, and it gives you all the details. I love this app because it showed some of the roads that were closed. It'll tell you some of the events there are and everything you want to see here. Some details. There's free parking here, so you could go all around. You park for free. You enter the park for free. There's picnic tables. You could go on a self-guided tour, which is free. There are 2 different types of guided tours. There's a fee for that. There's so much to do here.
And you know, whether you take your bike, and if you take a regular bike, you got to be prepared because there's a lot of hills going up and down. They rent electric bikes, or you could take the bikes like we have and just bring your own bike. But we did the Encampment Trail. It's 10 miles. There's 9 stops on it. I think we showed you 7 or 8 of the 9 stops on the trail. And you know, it's just a great afternoon. It is so peaceful here. It is so relaxing here. And the beauty is just incredible.
Now, I love the fact that if you have little kids, so I brought my own kids here, we brought our grandkids here, and the little kids, there's plenty of space to run around, there's plenty of beauty around. So It's for people literally of all ages.
Yeah.
If you have somebody in a wheelchair, you can navigate a lot of the park.
Yep, hiking, picnicking. You know, that brings up, you really do want to bring some food when you come here because you're going to spend the whole day here and there's nothing to buy except at the chapel. There's a little store and they have some little goodies and sodas and stuff.
Yeah, but I told them earlier, as I told you, you need to stop at Wawa and get your sandwich and your snacks.
And Wawa's not even sponsoring this.
No, but maybe we should get them to.
But it, you know, it is a great place to come, whether you're going to picnic, whether you're just going to walk around, drive around, bike around. It is absolutely incredible. From Valley Forge National Historical Park, I'm Dan Hunt with my incredible wife, Patti Hunt, saying have a great rest of today.
And an even better day tomorrow.
I could even be a junior ranger.